Hi everyone, it's Chloe again, here for part 2 of my natural glam makeup tutorial. As you can see, I have already done one eye just to be time efficient. So if you guys are interested, just keep on watching. This is the natural glam eye look that I was talking about. The first step is, normally I would prime my eyes, but today I forgot to, so we're just gonna go with that so they don't look different. But typically I first use a very light color to go under my brows with. So today what we're gonna be using is the Smashbox Masterclass 1 palette. I don't think they sell this at Sephora anymore because I think they're on their 3rd edition for the Masterclass palettes, but the Masterclass number 3 looks even better than this one. So what we're going to use is this color right here. It's the 3rd one. It's kind of a light buttery yellow and it's called Butter. So just take a small shader brush, dip it in there. And what I do is I place it right before like my arch starts to get very high, and I pat it. And then I pat it towards this brow. I know it looks kind of stark right now, but you just blend it out. Like that. And then what I do is I kind of just take whatever is left over and just put it all over. So after that, I'm going to take my fluffy blending brush and dip it into the transition shade. Transition shades just to, make sure everything looks smooth and blended. What I use is the color Nectar from this palette. It's this kind of mid-tone orangey brown. And I just take that in the crease. And just a little bit higher than the crease because I have pretty defined brow bone, so I like to take it just a little higher than that. Sorry, my mirror's over here. And this is, again, just to make sure everything looks nice and smooth and blended. Okay. Next, I'm going to take a bigger shader brush, and it's very fluffy. As you can see, it's kind of dirty, sorry. And I'm going to dip it into the color right next to Nectar. It's a light shimmery shade and it's called Flirt. It's this one right here. And again, just pat that, go back and forth. Get quite a bit on there. And just go to the center of your lid and pat. And you don't want to take this into the crease, you just want to keep it concentrated on your lid. And so there's that. After that, what I do is I just go back with this brush and just kind of blend that out. Next, I'm going to take another blending brush. This is a MAC 217. And dip it into this next mid-tone brown, which is called Sable. As you can see, I use that one fairly often. And just dip it in there and don't get too much color. And just mainly focus this in your crease. And just do that windshield wiper motion. Try not to extend too far out because we don't want to go very much past where you're going to put your wing. So again, just windshield wiper motions. Once you feel like all the pigment or most of the pigment is off the brush, then I go back in circular motions like this. And then go back and forth. Sorry, you guys are gonna have to see all my weird makeup faces. So there's that. And again, you're gonna see me do this quite often. Go back with this big fluffy brush and just blend. I think that's a key to really good eye look, is just take the time to blend. Whether it be super dark and super smoky, like a one shade, like all over the lid and blend it out, just take your time to blend. And then I'm gonna go back with that same MAC 217 into a darker shade. This is Sumatra right next to Sable. And just really just dab this a couple times. And you could use a small shader brush for this too. But what I do is I put that right at the corner, kind of concentrate some of that color. And the outer V, you see right there. And then I'm gonna take it into the crease about halfway through. And so just blend that kind of on the eye, and then go into the crease and blend that out. I'm gonna go back over here too. So that just darkens the look, makes it a little more smoky again, but we're trying to keep it natural for day. And again, we're gonna go back, and I'm actually gonna dip back into Nectar just a couple little times. Wave it out and then blend again. And I like to do windshield wiper motions like this, and I also like to do little circles. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna go back with this big shader brush into the color Flirt. And again, we're just going to pat that on our lid just to get that color back after blending so much. And when you get to this dark brown, just kind of go back and forth in sideways motions just to blend that new Flirt color into the dark brown, because we do want to keep some of that deepness in the corner. And for the last final time, go back with your big fluffy brush and just blend everything together. So there's that. Now I'm going into my favorite inner corner highlight, which is my MAC Vanilla Pigment. So what I do is I just shake it up, I open it, and I just use whatever product is in the lid. What I do is I just take it and I dip it in, and that's a lot of product, but I like a nice highlight. And I just kind of go into the inner corner and dab it. See how bright that is? Dab it and then bring it kind of down towards the tear duct, dab, and then I like to go into circular motions up here. What I like about this is it's not, you know, white. It does have, I'd say it's like a creamy champagne. It has some gold in it. It's very pretty. And with that leftover, whatever's left over, I just take on the brow just to kind of make that highlight on your brow a little more intense. Okay, so this next step is optional. If you want to do it, you can. I personally love doing this, but I'm just gonna take, where is it? A medium-sized shader brush, like this. And since I have blue eyes, I love to use copper and gold. So what I do is I take copper and I run it along my lower lash line. And again, that orange and the copper is going to bring out my blue eyes. That it'll bring out the green and green eyes, because there is kind of enough red in it to bring out green eyes. Hazel eyes, copper would work too. If not, brown eyes and green eyes and hazel eyes. Purple works great as well. So if you wanted to do this with like a nice purple underneath, you can go with a dark eggplant or something a little lighter. There's enough red in that to bring out the green and brown eyes. So I think purple looks really nice. Or you could do, you know, a navy blue. What's nice about this look is it's very simple, and you can kind of switch it up every now and then. So I'm going to dip into copper. The color is from that same Smashbox palette, and it is the color Ambient. And so I'm just going to go right at my lash line, blend it up, and blend it into that vanilla pigment. I like to take mine kind of farther down, but you can keep it like tight to the lash line if you wanted to as well. Again, this is a natural glam look. It's not natural. So after that, what I do is I will now do my liner. If I can find it. This is my least favorite part. I hate doing eyeliner. What I've been using lately is the Maybelline New York Eye Studio gel liner in Blackest Black, and then my MAC 208 brush, which is just an angled brush. So I did a wing. I love a wing. A wing, I think, always makes your look very flirty. It elongates your eyes. I like to look a little feline, if that makes any sense. So I think a wing just makes eyes look a little sexier. So I just dip it in, and then I get all the excess, and I kind of put it on the side just to make the point of the brush a little better. Again, I hate doing liner. So to make the wing, I just follow my lower lash line, and I'm gonna extend that line out. And just kind of pay attention to where your other wing is too. Hope you guys can see this okay. So I do that, I make that line, and then what I'm gonna do is go to the very edge and drag it in towards my upper lash. So there's that wing, and now you're just gonna kind of fill in kind of more towards your lash line. If you like a thicker line, go ahead and do that. What I like about this gel liner is that you can kind of smudge it out and make it look a little smokier. Personally, for this look, I don't really like harsh, like very strong black line. I like that this one you can blend out and make it a little smudgier, a little smokier. Okay, so there's that wing. I think it looks pretty good. So I'm going to be done with the liner. I'm going to curl my lashes and do my mascara. And be very careful with your eyelash curlers. They say if you use it every day, you should change it about every 6 months to a year, depending on what eyelash curler you have. Some are better than the other. I use this one. It's e.l.f. It's cheap. But I recently had an experience with an old eyelash curler. The rubber kind of came undone when I was curling my eyelashes, and I cut a big section of my eyelashes off. So for a while I had to wear false lashes every day, which is not, I mean, it's not bad, but it's just a hassle. So again, I'm going to use my favorite drugstore mascara, which is the Maybelline The Falsies Volume Express. I love, love, love this mascara. And how I put on mascara, I put the wand right at the root and I blink, because I like to build it up at the root. And after I've done that a couple times, I go back to the root and I do the zigzag, the wiggly motion. Be careful not to get it too close to the root because you can poke your eye. And then go for your lower lash line as well. Okay, well, you can keep the look here, or you can take it a little further. You can put falsies on, or what I like to do is use a fiber mascara. I like big, fat, long lashes. So what I use is the Unique Cosmetics Fiber Lash. So it comes with fibers and a setting gel. So what you're going to do, need to let this dry, is use the setting gel. And be careful not to get this on your skin because it's really hard to get off. And you're just going to go into your lashes, coat it, and before it dries, you need to get to the fibers. And I'll do that for you. So I like to coat mine pretty thick. And then as soon as you're done with the gel, go straight to the fibers. And just kind of towards the root and bring it to the edge. And see what that does to your lashes. It makes them look really long and really thick. And what you're going to do is go back into that, what is this called? I just said it earlier. Transplanting gel. And just set those fibers. Because you don't want your eyelashes to look fuzzy. I mean, if you're into fuzzy lashes, you can do that, but personally, I don't really like my eyelashes to look like tarantulas. Okay. And that's all that the Unique says to do. I personally like to go back in with my Maybelline the Falsies and kind of just add a little bit more volume. Like I said, you don't have to do this, but I like fat lashes. Sorry, my dogs are crazy. And so yeah, that completes the eye look. I will now move on to blush, contour, lips, and that's it. But that will be in the next video, so stay tuned. Bye.